I was a real estate developer, cutting my teeth on doing crazy things like country kitchen restaurants, and I grew out of that into conventional commercial real estate. At some point was toying with going on his own, and I gave him a shot at a quote, and the other person quoting it, Vogel Construction, said, "Give it to Bob. He could use a start." I started with him, I believe, in 1975, and I personally hung it up in 2005 and stopped being active in real estate development. So Bob built his first building with me, at least that I'm aware of. And after that, that went well, and I would build several a year with him. We started with concrete block buildings and worked our way up to steel buildings. I just could count on them to do a good job at a fair price and do it well. I mean, at some point I had 1 million square feet that I leased out, almost entirely warehouses that Bob had built. And then Brett stepped in and started this crazy thing called tilt-up construction, and we did a few of those, and oh, that was nice, let's do some more. I'd look at them now and I say, boy, I'm glad I built those. They're good buildings. And you know, I see the steel buildings where people accidentally bump into them with their cars and they got dents and things. You don't see that with concrete. So it's just amazing to me to see the growth of the company and how well it's managed and how nice it's managed. And it really should be a feature somewhere on how to do business in this world. It's amazing to think that you've done 50 years, so congrats on that. And Gus, I hope you take care of the company in the future.
Hi, my name is Kendall Richards. I was the Chief Operating Officer with Medics back in 1992. My father, Jack, was the CEO, and my brother, JP, was the president. And all three of us dealt with Bob and Brett, or maybe in this case, Brett and Bob, since Brett was the one who cold called my father. At that point, we were looking at building a building up in Madison area. We had just built a tilt-up building down in St. Louis. So my dad kind of chuckled and laughed. He said, "I think I found someone who's younger than you, Kendall." He mentioned Brett Newcomb, and he said, "This guy just won't let me go. He's being very respectful, but he wants a meeting." They quoted a stick building, kind of a traditional, maybe precast building. It looked like probably 2/3 way through the process that they were not going to get the award. And so they came back to us and said, "Listen, we've never done tilt-up, but we think we have the connection, the support to be able to help us do what we need to do, and we'll do whatever it takes to build it right for you guys." They earned our trust through the conversations and how they dealt with themselves, and we believed in them, and we believed that they could do the job. And so, even though that was their first tilt-up building, it was a pretty big building. I think the footprint was 90,000 square feet, total of 111,000 square feet. It was a pretty big project. Doing what you say you're going to do in life is really important to me, I think a lot of the people I respect. This is what they said they were going to do. This is the architectural rendering that they presented to us. And about 1.5 years later, this is what they did. And we had pictures of this, and we gave it to like 50 of our employees. We had pictures this big, we had smaller pictures. We were all really, really proud of what our company built, and maybe in the structure, what the Newcomb company built. 50 years is a long time. Congratulations on making it this far and being a pillar in the community. Congratulations, all of you. You built a tremendous company and something you should all be very proud of.
My name is Mike Frank, CEO of Frank Beverage Group, our beer division, and then part of the ownership here in Middleton at our headquarters. I had to make a list of the amount of projects that we've done with Brett and the team, but it goes back to 2005, actually with my father. That was our first major project that really renovated and added a lot of space to our headquarters here on Pleasant View. Subsequently, after that major '05, we've had 5 renovations here at our Pleasant View headquarters. Outside of that, we've had 3 greenfield builds. We built a warehouse in La Crosse with Newcomb, another cross dock in Baraboo, and then we built our sales support center, which is about a block away from here. Beautiful building. It's kind of unique. We're also a multi-generational family, so it's kind of special when those relationships pass on to the next generation. My father's now retired. The father chose Newcomb, and it was really, I'll say it was innovative for us because it was obviously a different style of build. But my father, Steve, would characterize this, the finished product as the Cadillac of buildings, and I would agree. Newcomb's been really critical in allowing us to manage a lot of dramatic growth over the last 20 years, and then really extend the lifespan of our building here on Pleasant View that we've been in for nearly 50 years, over 50 years. Brett, the Newcomb family, to the entire team, cheers to 50 years. Very proud to have you as a partner, and looking forward to continuing to grow with you over the next 50 years.
Newcomb does build some really unique buildings. Long before I ever started working at Newcomb, I knew who they were, had been past their projects, and when the opportunity came to come and work here, it was neat to be able to be a part of that and to be one of the team members that's now building those buildings, and to really come away being really proud of the project that you built, because it is like a portfolio project and it's not just another building.
I was originally hired in 1984 by Bob Newcomb, and I worked for Bob for approximately 10 years. And in that time, in 1993 and 94, we did the first concrete tilt-up building for the Medics Corporation in Wanakee. This was a new construction process around the Madison area. That was their first big project, and it basically started what they are today with all the concrete tilt-up construction that they do.
I've been in the construction industry for 31 years. I've had the opportunity to work for a few different contractors during that time, and the thing that I've appreciated a lot here at Newcomb is the attention that they pay to family, work-life balance, just taking care of you as an employee and a person.
They care about their employees, and they take very good care of their employees. So it's a fun, social, and personable type business.
I think that comes from just what was instilled from Bob, who founded the company, and just the family values that were passed down to Brett and to Gus as well.
Bob's always been the can-do kind of guy, and I've always liked to be able to perform to show Bob that I can do it. He's willing to listen, and he's willing to help you out and work with you to get those projects done. And that gentleman has a world of knowledge that he is willing to share.
Congratulations to Newcomb Construction for 50 years in the construction industry. There's a lot of companies that don't make it that far. And Newcomb Construction during this time frame has had to weather a lot of storms in the economy and the construction industry. And I think that speaks to the foundation that was built by Bob, and the things that matter most, and just knowing what customers want as well and what's important to them.
Bob and Brett, thank you for your accomplishments, and thank you for sharing them with us and giving me the opportunity to serve you. It's been a great pleasure,